Check one, check two. Check one, check two. Good morning. Good morning. We're live. We're live. Woo! Oh yeah, 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 yeah. La 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 la. Sing it, Bruce. Oh yeah. Hopefully. Hopefully we won't get scratched. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the program. That is the one and the only Bruce Springsteen. Bruce Springsteen in Las Vegas at 74 years old. Look at him. Look at him. He's still a rocker. They can't take it away from him, man. Bruce is the Elvis that lived. Right? He's Elvis living. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Hopefully Bruce Springsteen and his team will allow that video to be without getting hit. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the program. Marcus Conte reporting. Wow, holy smokes, a bombing. A shooting. Really bad shooting in Moscow. You heard? People were at a concert. Let's see if there's parallels between the one we saw with the dirty Palestinians who shot up the concert at in Israel. Right now, some dirty Arabs. It looks like dirty Arabs. They're from Tajikistan. I have 4 Arabs from Tajikistan, which is really Russia. It's the lower end of Russia. Shoot up a concert. Wow, video. 130 some odd people dead. Why? Who done it? Right? The world, Western world as we know it, is saying that it's ISIS. Holy shit, ISIS did it? But what about when it was Palestine when Palestine, the Hamas outlaws from Palestine did it from Gaza, it wasn't ISIS. But now, all of a sudden, it's ISIS. And that, according to the Russian authorities, isn't accurate, that ISIS had nothing to do with anything. We haven't heard from ISIS. We haven't heard that name in a long time. ISIS has become the default slogan for Arabs that we don't like. Now, there's a lot of, there's 130 people dead in Russia, concert goers, innocent people, right, got shot up by some kooks, right? They got the guys, beat the shit out of them, right? Oh, my God. One guy, they chopped his ear off. The other guy, they're all swollen. They're all, like, got bags over their heads, right? They don't fuck around in Russia, right? Not like here. You gotta walk on eggshells when you catch a killer. Right? Over there in Russia, they chop your ear off, right? So we'll look at this fascinating story. The summation. We know who done it. It looks like we know it's 4 guys from Tajikistan, young men. One is 19. The rest of them are in their 30s. Right? We know physically who done it, but really, 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 who done it? Was it ISIS, or was it? Is it a false flag by Putin to accuse somebody of shenanigans, and now he's going to go blow up Ukraine again? Right? Now, look, if the shoe were on the other foot, if Israel got hit again at a concert, right, and the world was screaming, right, Israel would blow whoever the fuck did it up. Right? Now, you got to ask yourself, if Russia, right, if Putin in Russia is saying that it was Ukraine, that these Tajiki guys were working for Ukraine, the good of Ukraine, doesn't that give Putin permission to genocide and or blow the fuck up Ukraine, just like the Israelis blew up Gaza, right? Isn't it the same? There's striking parallels between these two hits. And we'll try to get to the bottom of who done it, right? So thank you all for joining me. Marcus Conte in the house. Vinny DiMartini also in the house. I'm always in the house. Born Annoying is back. What's up? What's up, gentlemen? Champs is here as well. Good morning, and to everybody who's lurking. We're going to try to get to the bottom of the Russia concert shooting, right? Because it's never good when 130 people at a rock concert get shot. No matter where you are. Right? So this is my thumbnail today. This is a guy, one of the Tajikistan, right? Tajikistan is one of those little countries below Russia, by the way. They speak, they're Muslim per se, and they speak Russian. They speak Russian. They're Russians. They have Russian passports. Or did at least, and they're Russians. Right? This guy's a Russian Muslim. Right? You don't think of it as that, but nonetheless, Putin ordered his ear chopped off. It looks like. Swollen, beat up. You don't answer the questions right in Russia. They beat you the F up, right? Fucking crush this guy, right? So that's the story of the day. My name is Marcus Conte. I have a website every morning, 9 a.m. Educational, philosophical, nothing too heavy, nothing too political. 9 a.m. Every morning, Monday through Thursday at 9 a.m. We try to, in the United States, Eastern time, we try to crack the global mystery, right? The global news mystery of like who's doing all this violence, who's creating it. Right? Are we just victims? We're losing our rights. People say. Right? Hey, look, it's still a good day, right? Although we may have grievances in our country. I'm speaking of the United States. It's very unlikely today that someone's going to blow me up, right? It could happen. I mean, it happens randomly, right? The random attacks. But overall, we live a pretty peaceful life, right? And so could be said about Russia too. That's a very, very isolated incident where 130 people get gunned down at a concert. Right? It's kind of like the one in Las Vegas, right? But in Las Vegas, they couldn't account for the bodies. I don't know. I don't think. But anyway, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the program. This case is still going as well. Get your white privilege out of here. What's up, Brooklyn Hospital Center? How you doing? We're still here. Oh my God! Probable cause. We're gonna take you to a hearing. We're gonna wash your fucking dirty laundry, and you're gonna come out of the case, racist. You're backing this fat idiot, right? This idiot, fat, racist security guard. You're backing him. You want to go to a hearing and back this guy? Oh, come on, man. You're gonna look like a jack. You already look like jackasses. You're gonna look like bigger jackasses. So you know what to do. So yeah, Bruce Springsteen's still rocking. This video, I don't know why. I every time I watch it, it just makes me laugh. So you go to the ice cream parlor, right? And you order chocolate, right? And this happens.
Medium vanilla cone. Oh, that was supposed to be chocolate. Oh, okay. Medium vanilla cone. Oh, that was supposed to be chocolate. Oh, okay. Medium vanilla cone.
One more time.
That was supposed to be chocolate. Oh, okay.
I don't know why that's so funny, man. It's just like a fucking disgruntled worker turns around and whips your vanilla. I would do that too, man. Fucking, you try to hand me ice cream, I'll give it a fucking toss, man. Anyway, so briefly, I wanted to talk about the polls. There is a phenomena in the American elections where when there's a third party, when there's an extra person's name on the list of people to vote for, it tends to swing it tends to take away from one of the main parties. Right? What I'm saying is Kennedy, West, and Stein are essentially non-entities in this election. They can't really win. It's going to be Trump or Biden's replacement, whoever wins. But in the first one, you see Trump. These are polls from Real Clear Politics. Trump versus Biden. You see Trump is up by 3. Right now, when you tally in, when you add Kennedy, West, and Stein, Trump's only up by 2. So that it seems to have had a pull on Trump's side, right? That's in Michigan, by the way. That's only in Michigan. That's not the general election. Michigan, Trump is still up, and that's significant. Trump is winning. Here's interesting too. This is interesting too, because these are the battleground states. Michigan, Trump versus Biden, head to head. Trump up by 8. Trump in Michigan. Trump versus Biden, Kennedy, West. Trump only up by 6. So it looks like a little pull on Trump's side. Now, Pennsylvania, head to head, Trump, Biden, CNN's got it as a tie. But then when you add Kennedy and West, not even Stein, Trump is a winner by 2. Right? So it seems that it's hard to say, but it does seem the only time who is the point is who are the spoilers in this election pulling from? Who is Stein and West and fucking Kennedy? Who are they pulling votes away from? So it's hard to say, but at this point, it looks like it's pulling from both sides, really. Right? In the battleground states, it looks like it's pulling from Biden. Right? So we'll keep following this, right? Who exactly? If you go down the polls, it looks like, for the most part, Trump is the out in front winner. I don't see anybody. Look, he's winning North Carolina, Georgia, right? Arizona, all Trump. Nevada, all Trump. Maryland. So Trump is fucking pulling away. But who's that spoiler? We'll keep watching the spoiler vote. So here's let's try to get into this. Russia mourns Moscow concert hall victims. Right? 130 people gunned down at a concert in Moscow, right in the middle, right in the heart. And this is what Putin had to say. Let's listen.
Обращаюсь к вам в связи с кровавым.
I am addressing you in regards to the bloody barbaric act of terror that killed dozens of peaceful people who were not guilty of anything. Our fellow citizens, including children, teenagers, and women.
Женщины. Главное сейчас не дать тем, кто стоит за этой кровавой бойней, совершить новые преступления.
The main thing is to not let those behind this bloodbath commit new crimes.
Okay.
Regarding the investigation of this crime and results of operational search actions, I can now say the following.
What?
All 4 of the actual perpetrators of the act of terror, all those who shot and killed people, were found and detained.
Okay, so we'll just unpack it piece by piece. This is the president of Russia telling the world what happened. Right? He's saying that they got all 4 of the gunmen. And those 4 gunmen were attached to other people, another handful that they got as well. Right? Do we believe that? I guess we do.
They tried to hide and were moving in the direction of Ukraine. There, according to the preliminary information, they had a crossing of the border prepared from the Ukrainian side. Overall, 11 people were detained.
So he's saying, Putin is telling the world that the Tajikistan citizens, the kids, the guys from Tajikistan, Russian people from Tajikistan who have a Muslim slant, did this and then tried to escape to Ukraine. Ukraine. How come the West isn't saying that? How come they don't believe Putin, right? How come nobody believes Putin that the terrorists were fleeing to Ukraine for their disagreement, I guess, with politics in Ukraine, I guess? That's what Putin is saying.
Задержано 11 человек.
Oh, I'm stupid. I believe everything Putin is saying. I'm just listening to what the guy is saying, right? Listen to what he's saying.
Все исполнители, организаторы.
All the executors, planners, and those who ordered this crime will be rightfully and inevitably punished, whoever they are and whoever directed them. Let me repeat. We will identify and punish everyone who stood behind the terrorists who prepared this attack against Russia, against our people.
Right. So if it turns out that it's Ukraine and he's gonna attack everyone who's involved, you might see, according to Putin, he's now justified. If you use the Jew logic in Israel, Putin is now justified to flatten and genocide Ukraine, right? Because that's what we saw in Russia. I hate to point the finger at the Jew in Israel, but there is a striking parallel between the two. Moscow, family and friends of those still missing, they're not missing. All right. When there's a fucking bullet, a spray of bullets, right, and a lot of people are dead, right, and your family person or friend was there, and suddenly they disappeared. They didn't disappear. They're dead. Right? They're dead because they're dead. That's why. They're not roaming around somewhere aimlessly. You know, that's not how it happens. Right? It's not like they're fucking lost. You don't get lost. You're in Moscow. Right? You got shot out. You get out the door and somebody finds you. Right? Unless you're dead. Right? So it's the same thing with 9/11. People were following around. They were hoping that they would find their loved ones walking around the dusty streets of New York after the buildings fell. No. Those people were dead. They fell and they were in the building. That's why they're dead. That's why they're not there anymore. So delusional friends and family of the still missing in the suburb of Moscow Concert Hall waited for news. So there's a Russian flag. There's a lot of ugly. It's very ugly. Let's look at some of the ugliness. Look at this guy, right? This guy, he's one of the accused, right? Fucking look at this. They got a bag around his head. Talk about beating the shit out of somebody. Look at this guy. Look at this. He's like, huh? What the fuck, man? You don't even know what day it is, what time it is. He's still trying to pull the thing they got stuck up his ass. Right? Brutal fucking Russian interrogation, man. Look at his eyes are all swollen. He can't even sit upright, man. Massive concussion. Right? This is what the Russians do, man, right? This is how you project power. And you're gonna blow us up, this is what's gonna happen to you, man. We're gonna torture you for the rest of your life. Good on him. Good on Russia for doing that. Right? This business of don't parade the guys that did it. Well, now they're doing it. That's exactly what Russia is doing. They're showing the world that if you fuck with us, this is what's going to happen to you. Here's some of the carnage. Let's look at the pictures. Lots of blowing fucking shit blown up. Not blown up, but burned. A lot of stuff burned. What's the video? Here's some of the shooting. If you don't like shooting, don't watch. Turn you back. Contents contain some disturbing. So there you are. You got a shooting. They are shooting the crowd. Eyewitness footage shows inside a concert hall during a deadly shooting attack in Moscow. People can be heard ducking for cover.
Находимся на концерте в Крокус-Сити. Здесь происходит какая-то стрельба. Куча народу бежит. Все орут.
Scary place to be.
Подожгли зал. Зал горит. Подожгли нас. Нас подожгли.
Scary indeed, man. What would you do? What would you do? Gunshot. That's why you should carry a gun. Carry a gun. Go to a concert, have your gun. People started running as gunshots were heard inside the venue. They're fucking psychopaths, right? Really, you know? 4 psychopaths. They were dressed in camouflage. The Islamic State, that's common. Islamic State, what does that mean? The Islamic State claimed responsibility. They all do that. They all do that because it's big and it's getting national coverage. Eyewitness footage shows people running out of the concert hall. Who done it? It's a who done it. The death toll of the Moscow concert hall attack has risen to at least 115. We know it's more like 130. This was 4 days ago. Terror investigation is underway. What else can we find out here in this video? What else can we see in the video? Looks pretty innocent to me. Looks like it looks pretty straightforward. Not innocent, but it looks. Here's how they treat the guys they caught.
Russia on Sunday charged 4 men it says are responsible
Put your head
for
down,
gunning down
motherfucker.
scores of people at a concert outside Moscow days earlier. The deadliest
You sit there with a pole. They got a pole up his ass, right?
attack inside Russia
Coming out it's up his neck.
in 2 decades. Russian media
This
previously
guy, they chopped off his ear. Right? Russian media previously identified the man as citizens of ex-Soviet Republic of Tajikistan. There it is, Tajikistan. It's one of those little shit countries that broke off of Russia, but it's still Russia. It's Russia in the same way, you know, Taiwan is China or Hong Kong is China. It's the same situation, really.
previously identified the men as citizens of the ex-Soviet Republic of Tajikistan living in Russia. After unverified and brutal videos of the suspect's interrogation circulated on social media, courtroom images.
Look at these guys, man. This guy's got a fucking football-sized face. This guy, the same. This guy's unconscious. The guy in the right-hand corner, he couldn't even keep his eyes open as they beat him so bad. And this guy, they chopped his ear off because he wasn't listening.
And video published by Russian media showed the suspects bandaged, swollen, and bruised, with one man disoriented and struggling to keep his eyes open. A Moscow court said
Yeah, if you get kicked in the head 5 times in a row, that's what's going to happen to you, right? They just keep beating you until you're unconscious.
the 4 suspects charged with
Is this, you know, you got to ask yourself, is this the way to do it? Is Russia, should Russia be frowned upon for showing images of the fucking nuts, the psychopaths that shot and killed innocent people at a concert? Should we feel sorry for them? Should we not want to see the images of them suffering? I don't know.
with acts of terrorism would be remanded in pretrial custody until late May.
Why? Why should you care about these guys? They're going to go to jail for the rest of their lives. Maybe they might institute the death penalty and hang them in public. Why not chop the guy's ear off? At least you get the right information, right? They all confess to doing it, but who did you work for? Is it just your own personal distorted ideology of the world that caused you to join forces with a bunch of friends and go to a concert and try to kill everybody? Or is it something greater than that? Was it some sort of, political agenda that was well financed by some other, some big political entity like Ukraine or somebody else, right? Or Russia itself,
Adding that
or Tajikistan.
3 of the 4 had pleaded guilty to all charges. The attack has prompted some Russian lawmakers to discuss whether the death penalty should be reintroduced.
Yeah, they're trying to kick back the death penalty for this one. They want to fry these guys.
Earlier in the day, Russia lowered flags to half-mast for a day of mourning, and people continued to lay flowers in memory of those killed. By Sunday night, the death toll had risen to 137, with over 100 still in the hospital.
137 still in the hospital. So that number is going to go up. The death number is going to go up. 137, they'll probably go up to like a buck and a half, right? Buck 75. That Tajiki's got, right? Tajikistan, 137. Russia, nothing.
And some in serious condition. The Islamic militant group Islamic State has claimed responsibility.
I doubt that that's accurate, right? They all claim it, right? There's a lot of claims coming out when something like this happens, and no one knows who did it. A lot of radical groups will claim it because they want a feather in their side, a feather in their cap, right?
And released footage of the attack, the location of which Reuters was able to confirm.
So I guess the Islamic State had wait, what was that again? The Islamic group has claimed responsibility and released footage.
And released footage of the attack, the location of which Reuters was able to confirm.
So they released footage of the attack prior. Maybe somebody sent it to them. You have no idea how they got that footage. You don't know. It's not confirmed. My point is, it's not. You can't confirm that. You can't confirm any of it.
Authorities said the gunmen were captured near the.
All you know is you got 4 guys, right? You got 4 guys, and they confessed. We think, and clearly they were fucking pummeled and beat the shit out of. No doubt about it. That's what we know.
Ukrainian border after fleeing the concert venue on Friday, and Putin, who has not yet publicly mentioned Islamic State in connection with the attack, said that some on the, quote, Ukrainian side had been prepared to spirit the gunmen across
That's what they did. They put your head against the wall. That's not what they're showing you. Put your head against the wall, and then they jam. They get fucking Bubba to come up behind you and give you one, right?
and across the border. Ukraine has denied any role in the attack. The U.S. has also denied Ukrainian involvement.
And there you go. The U.S. No, Ukraine couldn't possibly have done it, right? Meanwhile, Putin is saying that they discovered a path for these Tajikistan guys to get out of the country. There was a smooth path for them to escape into Ukraine. Does that make Ukraine complicit? Not really. It makes Ukraine kind of a place to hide at best, right? If they went back to Tajikistan, they'd probably get caught because it's still controlled by Russia. But if they go to Ukraine, maybe they had a better shot of escape, right? So you don't know that Ukraine per se was responsible. You just don't know that.
Saying that Islamic State bore sole responsibility. The White House said that the U.S. government shared information with Russia earlier this month about a planned attack in Moscow and had issued a public advisory to Americans in Russia. Russian officials have bristled at the U.S. comments on the attack and say Russian investigators must be allowed to make their own findings.
Right. So Russia's pushing back on the West's assertion that it definitely is or cannot be Ukraine. You got more video? There they go, beating these motherfuckers. Look, he's not. This guy is not that swollen. He's not that swollen now, but he gets really swollen later. They stuck a bag on his head and beat him. They probably did that waterboarding thing where they put a bag on your head and you can't breathe or something. And then you cry, please take it off my head. I'll tell you anything. Modern day torture, man. This is what it looks like. This guy's literally got a boot on his throat. ISIS. Russian state TV boss slams West over direct involvement in mass shooting. Right, so they're going to try. Russia's going to try to say that somehow U.S. and jackoffs in NATO had something to do with it. Who knows? I don't really have an opinion yet. I'm working on it. I'm working on my opinion of who done it. I hope you are too. Let's look at the facts. Because we don't really know. You know, I'm leaning more towards it could actually have been Arabs attacking Russia for their complacency with Israel. Right? I think it has something to do with Israel, to be honest with you. I think in the minds of the Tajikistan killers, the guys who orchestrated and executed the thing and then tried to get out of there and go to Ukraine or wherever they were trying to go, I think that that somehow you can link them back to the attacks in Israel, right? Russia's failure to help their Palestinian brothers and sisters, right? The Muslim Brotherhood. That's what I think. What do you think? What do you think? American media shouted in unison that it was ISIS. Western intelligence services began to convince the world that it was ISIS. This is not ISIS. This is a well-coordinated group of several others widely known. Blah, blah, blah. The death toll, they got bullets. 133 so far. And rising. Russia, motherfucker. Wow. I wonder who was playing at the concert, by the way. Who was the entertainment? Was it Metallica? What that now? That's what? Who was performing at the Moscow concert when it was attacked? That's what I want to know. Who was the headliner? What we know about the Moscow packed into the arena? What APS? Who was performing? What artist? Give me more. What artist? Putin government of Ukraine doesn't want to tell me. Why not? Why can't we find out who did it? Who was performing at the as the New York Times? You can't read the New York Times unless you pay. Well, I don't know. If somebody could find out who was playing, if someone wants to take a minute to find out who was playing at the concert, I'd love to know. It's all very suspicious. It's all very, 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 very shady and suspicious. Sometimes it is what it is. It's just four lone wolves, so to speak, going out there killing people. Sometimes it's connected to a higher cause. Fake rumors. ISIS claimed responsibility for a terrorist attack. Unfounded. Says, looks like Al Jazeera saying that. There's a lot of confusion surrounding this one. A lot of confusion, a lot of finger pointing. Not even a week later. That's why I like to do these reports a little later. I like to get. We got a lot of detail now on the. You got a lot of the lies overlapping. A lot of the lies overlap, right? And you get to see who's lying. Get that shit out of my. They got that shit right up his ass, man. Don't lie. So some brutal fucking footage right there. Oh my God! Thank you, World Press, for the brutality of the video, which we love to see. We love to see how it is and what it is. So we heard Putin in his own words. This guy, look at this guy's fucking face. This is how you show up. You think you're having a bad day in New York if you have to go through the system. These guys got fucking. They haven't slept since they got. They're not allowed to sleep. They're not allowed to sleep. Every time their eyes close, they wake them up with a punch. You get punched in the head if you try to fall asleep. This guy, he wasn't listening, right? So they chopped his ear off. Right? His name is Sadakarami Rachabalezauda. Say that 3 times fast. Sadakarami Rachabazukawakalada. Right? Reportedly had his ear cut off during the interrogation. You should listen next time, right? When your Russian masters are talking to you, pay attention or you'll lose your fucking ear. Right? So you feel sorry for these guys? You wonder about torture, right? It's an interesting subject of when you catch your enemy, right? Do you show humanity? Do you show your humanity, or do you become the same animal they are and beat and kill and harm and chop? I don't know. I don't think the types of torture that the United States does is any less. All right, Ray, you didn't chop the guy's ear off, but you put him in a solitary box for the rest of his life, surrounded by concrete, not being able to see the light of day, listening to God knows what on the television, programmed for some kind of Christian nonsense. Right? So what forms of torture are more extreme? Beating the shit out of guys, right? Or inevitably torturing them for the rest of their lives, or injecting them with poison and killing them, right? Just outright killing them. There's nothing humane about the death sentence. Right? Death sentence is the ultimate torture, the ultimate price. If you have capital punishment in place, you're killing, right? And anything prior to that is kind of not the same, not as much. Right? The ultimate price is killing somebody. Right? You could torture them all you want; they're still alive. So there's the reality of life in jail if you decide to be a terrorist in Moscow, as opposed to in the United States, where you get 3 hots in a cot for 10 years and then they slowly kill you with some kind of poison. Right. John R., thank you for reporting. John R. reports Picnic Rock Band, whose concert was supposed to be held at Moscow's Crocus City Hall on Friday, cannot contact one of its members. Wow, so one of the members might have got hit. Picnic Rock Band. So it wasn't anybody, it looks like, thank you, John R., for that. It doesn't look like there was anybody famous. It wasn't like some touring, it wasn't like, Taylor Swift or something. It was some local jokels there. What else? ISIS takes responsibility? No, can't confirm. At least 60 people were massacred. Let's look at more photos. Here they are, Russian police. Authorities have not said how many people have been injured or killed. Ambulances have been sent to scene. Well, we know more about it now. We know more. There's more photos. Here they are, 4 fucking hoodlums walking in, just shooting people at random. I don't know. For me, it rings out, the right to bear arms, right? We have that in our country. If you have that in our country, these guys wouldn't have gotten very far. If everybody is packing or allowed to, have guns, and not to shoot at defenseless animals, but to shoot at animals that are trying to kill them. When someone's trying to kill you and shoot at you, you have permission to shoot them and kill them. That's how I see it. Right? Someone's shooting at you, you duck, and you got a weapon, you stop them. You stop them by killing them. If you can get less, if you can, knock the gun out of their hand or shoot up their legs, that's fine. But in the worst scenario, if they're shooting randomly at innocent people, you have a gun, you shoot them and you kill them, and you have a clean conscience for doing that. You're just stopping the killing. You're minimizing the killing, and you're still alive too, right? To boot, right? So I don't know what else to say about this. I think that the images of. Why Moscow terror attack could be a Putin false flag operation. And what does that even mean, right? What does that mean? Putin has, they have enemies, right? They have enemies. The enemy is Ukraine, the leadership of Ukraine, because they won't give back Ukraine to Russia, right? Let's look at the markets. The markets are open. American markets are open. NASDAQ was down 96 in the futures. Let's see if it bounced back. Boom. No, it's holding down. NASDAQ down 90 right now. Dow Jones Industrial Average down 82 and S&P 500 down 15. Boeing CEO Dave Calhoun to step down. There's trouble. Boeing, their planes are falling out of the sky. And so the CEO finally decided to step aside at last. Rivian up 18 cents. Tesla up $3.33. Those are the electric car makers. Tesla being the one that's actually profitable. Let's look at the big 6. NVIDIA down 7. Google down 2.5. Apple down 2 more. Apple 169. Apple can't get any steam in this market for some reason. It's been in this area for a long time, in this range between 125 and 200. 169, right in the middle of that range. 178 for Amazon. Meta, amazing, down 8 today, but not too shabby. Over $500 a share on Facebook. Fucking Mark Zuckerberg. Can't take it away from him. Microsoft 420 a share. 422 a share on Microsoft. What about the wow, holy smokes, look at this. Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is up 1,721 clams per share right now to 67,000. Bitcoin up again. Looks like it's going higher. It looks like it's going higher. Higher. Looks like it's going higher today. Let's see, 1 month. What do we got? 67,197. That's pretty significant. This drop over here is just a correction. The drop from 72,000 to 61,000 is really just a reset. It corrects to 61,000. Looks like it's going up again, in my view. You could see the chart. It doesn't look like it's breaking down at all. It looks like it's just taking a breather, and could go even higher. So Bitcoin, congratulations to the Bitcoin holders. Whatever the fuck it means to have Bitcoin, whatever. I don't know what it is. I don't know, man. So that's all we got today. Bruce, I hope we don't get chopped for this. Bruce, we should all be so lucky, man. Right? Bruce Springsteen used to tell us what it was like to be American, right? He's out there telling his crowd to be what it's like to be the American, right? You gotta love Bruce Springsteen, man. American Idol. Would it have mattered if it was a Bruce Springsteen concert or it was just a nobody concert? What happens if 130 people got shot at Bruce Springsteen's concert? Bruce is going to celebrate with some champagne. Bruce is having fun, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Marcus Conte reporting.